this is the next stream. It is the next day, immediately following the previous one. And guess what? We're doing the main narrative today. And also, guess what? I have elements now. Look at that. Look at that. I have a Twitch chat here. Isn't that crazy? My mouse doesn't go over it, but look, it's right there. Not only do I have a Twitch chat, but I also have like a little thing down here. You can type in /summary, which I think I can do. Maybe. Or no, it's !summary. Maybe. No, never mind. I am stupid. Maybe. Who knows at this point? Well, you know what? I'll figure that out eventually. But you know what? One of these days it'll work. Well, hold on. I gotta do a bunch of the different things. I gotta do the stream manager stuff because it's important. Oh. Alright, I gotta edit the thing. There we go. Then save that. There we go. Now we can see. Does the command actually work or no? Makes sense. Alright, well, I need to click the show mods thing. Show mod privileges. Alright, hold on. I gotta enable mod privileges so I can get rid of these. Yeah, man. I'll figure it out eventually. You know what? I will figure it out eventually. Alright, hold on. Yeah, whatever. I'll just leave it there. Test things. Don't worry about it. Okay. So, for the progress that we got done yesterday, I finished up all of the block text in here. Everything is now like at least organized to where I can just click on it and I will know what's going on with the island specifically. It looks so much better. Everything's great. Okay, it looks like my chat overlays are working. That's good. And then we started working on our main narrative text block. Today, I don't know how long my stream's gonna be because I'm waiting on a friend to show up so I can continue playing a very specific story-based game. And, yeah. That's gonna be about it. And then once we get this done, I'm going to go back to organizing a bit. And we're gonna reorganize all of the island ideas into a folder, along with the shop table becoming a folder where each one is gonna have its own thing instead of it being a giant document. We're going to probably edit general to be 3 different things. I don't know if I'm gonna have a rules thing at all. But there's going to be an adventuring rank document, a boat stats thing. This can just go into stat blocks, honestly. Like, here can just go into stat blocks, but we'll organize all this eventually. But for now, the main goal is to get this main narrative done. Now, what we already have is, I think we got up to the point where we condensed the story down to... party wakes up on Starter Island, and like we condensed it to where we start with the setting, and then we get the call to action, which is the main monologue, and then we have meaning of the party and all that stuff. And yeah, all we got to do today or at least what I want to get done today, before that friend is finished with whatever he's doing, is finish all this text up. Now, unfortunately, because I am an idiot, I decided to run through all this. Or not run through all this, but specifically, I am writing as I go when it comes to this, because I don't want to just delete information without anything being there to replace it. So I am basically writing the beginning of this today, along with organizing all this, right? Now, yeah, let's get started then. So last time we left off, it was, yeah, washed up on island. I described the surroundings. Um, I'm not gonna go anywhere specific. I'm not gonna put like when I did this previously. A lot of what I do is I'd put in like contingencies, like this one. If the party decides to be annoying and wait it out, a village member will eventually find them. Right? I need to. I don't want to do really as many of those. Right? Because like obviously the answer is, I have like three options here for what the party will do at this point after the lesser Magistorm event. Either uh either the party will go along the path of Sep for them, they will wait there because they're cowards, or they'll try and brave the ocean, and in which case the campaign ends because the ocean is terrifying, if any of you remember. And honestly, I don't I don't want to put in like a contingency for every single little goddamn thing the party does. At this point, what I want to do is describe the setting, describe some of the characters, and get to the point where we're at the Grand Bazaar, right? That's where I want to be. At the bare minimum by the end of today. So we got to talk about the village. Beyond the path is a village. Or is a port town specifically. You know what? We can also describe the path itself. Let's see. Along the path itself is well taken care of. Very few obstacles blocking any foot traffic. Here, hold on. I can actually tab this up, I think. Because I think I want a description of the path here under. Oh, hey, there's a well-trodden path. I can go into the description. Yeah, that'll be good. The path itself is very well maintained. Uh-huh. Due to the obvious high foot traffic. Oh yeah, also, for more summarizing of what we did yesterday, I have started a character descriptions folder, and I have some characters. One of these is for an island that we came up with yesterday after condensing the Isle of Lost Souls big content, like big text block, and turned it into a. Let me just check here. It should be at the very bottom. Yeah, Virsuve. It's basically an island shooting out of the sea that has become like a mountainous, like mountain shot that is coming out of the sea that was a volcano is now dormant. Though I don't think I added that in now that I think about it. And it is like a refugee encampment kind of thing where all along the side of the mountain there is just a bunch of like refugee housing, and there was a very corrupt official sitting at the top, extorting the hell out of these people because they were, you know, washed ashore and do not really have a life at this point, seeing as most people thought they were dead. So yeah, but I came up with like the ruler of the island, and then Pete, a dragonborn rogue that was like caught like Robin Hood kind of character, and then Finnegan and Beatrice Vinewall are is like a couple that's going to be washing up with the party. That's like super important to a different island, Wingorg, and there are going to be links here going to a bunch of different places. Like here, I'll show you this. This is a graph view of pretty much every single connection between all the different like documents I have. Each document is going to be connected to pretty much every other document with a link or something. And I need it'll but basically like island ideas and everything like that. This has every single fucking island in it. And this is actually going to be a folder with each individual island having its own document, right? Or its own note or whatever. And this is going to be a fun view eventually, I'll tell you. But for now, back to this because I am stalling. Because honestly, don't want to do this. I know in my update video that I said that I need to get the main story done before I start diving into island ideas. Because if I continue to keep diving into island ideas, I'm going to have a bunch of concepts for a bunch of different mini worlds, and I'm going to have no actual story to support any of that. And unfortunately, you know what the fun part of all this is? Making cool island settings that all are different, and you can go through a whole story in that, and it'd be really cool. But no, no. I gotta do the slightly less fun part, and it's making the main narrative that is important for the characters or the party members to follow, right? Okay. Pedestal is very well maintained due to the obvious foot traffic. The forest around it is thick, but not foreboding. It's thick with underbrush and wildlife. The forest around it is thick with underbrush and wildlife. And then we have the town itself. The path leads to the residential side of the port town of... Ooh, shit. Of a port town called... Shit, I gotta name towns now? You know what? Same naming convention for cities and like cities, townships, developmental areas. We're gonna do the same goddamn naming convention. So when I go to Island Ideas, I did Yunrej because I did Journey as the thing. Called fuck. What do I call this? Beginning. Begin? Nebig. I could just call it Nebig. Nebig. Begin. Yeah, I could just call Nebig. Called Nebig with a medium population with a dense forest. You know what? I am really laying it on thick at this point, but I'm honestly fine with that. If they don't notice, that is entirely their fault, and I think that that's pretty funny. So, okay. Back to my narrative. Called Nebig. Called Nebig. Nebig functions as a trading port. Do I actually just want... I could just have a link to the document here later when it comes to Nebig. Because I can just link to the Island Ideas tab and just tell them about Nebig itself. But if this is the main narrative, I do kind of want an explanation here, just because I think it might be a good idea. I don't know for sure if I really want to or not. You know what? That'll be another question that I ask. Do we want to, like, do the thing... like, when it comes to main narrative stuff, I know I'm going to have a lot of, like, hyperlinks here where I just go straight to, oh, the character descriptions, Finnegan and Beatrice Van Wall, and I can just backtrack immediately to here. do I want like little mini blurbs of stuff and then it can just go further into detail? Um, function initially functioned as a trading hub for yeah, I think I want a little mini blurb here and then it can go into further detail of how the town is structured and everything. But, you know, it's fine. That leads to a residential side of the port town called Nabig. It initially functioned as a trading hub for the surrounding islands, but now functions as a mm-hmm, refugee displacement refugee displacement hub. Uh, hmm. Now functions as, you know what? I want this in the island ideas tab specifically. When a swimming point with the Tim forest covering the majority of the island. The big initially functioned a trading port as a trading port for the islands that surrounded that inhabited for the islands in the area. But now it functions as an emergency supplies distribution center to participate in the big initially functioned as a trading port for the islands in the area, but now it functions as an emergency supplies distribution center to help participate in the effort. Hmm. This was because of the Lesser Magistorm. Do I want to make a character here for like? I'm gonna have a few different characters like involved here. You know what? We're gonna have notable buildings here. Here, including refugee. Uh, like I'm thinking like not necessarily like homeless shelter for this, but like maybe like kind of like homeless shelter, like kind of like a halfway house, right? For like felons and stuff that like can live there until they figure out a place to go. It would be kind of like that, but instead of like for refugees while they like gather information and all of that and figure out where to go from there. Refugee like halfway house. Mhm. Function. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna have refugee temporary encampment. We're gonna have an area dedicated to temporary housing for washed up refugees. Offered to the party. We have the. You know, actually, instead of having the Adventurers Guild stuff happen on the Grand Bazaar, I could have the party like do their initial setup here, and then take a boat to the Grand Bazaar eventually as like a signed up party. Um, let's go branch of the Adventurers Union. Let's call it the Adventurers Union, right? Yeah, I think Adventurers Union works. I don't want to do Guild. I'm good. But I think Union works. It functions more as a, especially now that the exploration part is all but. Here, hold on. I could go. You know what? This might be a new folder time. Let's go organization. Descriptions. And we get to create a new note here for the adventurers. Adventurers. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good place to start. I know I have gotten so severely off track, but this is technically the kind of progress you're going to have to see when it comes to this. A lot of this is building the lore from the ground up, and I need to get something like the Adventurers Union. Um, Organization dedicated to the exploration of the now scattered islands. Exploration and documentation of the scattered isle was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna eventually have the ooh, hey new viewer, hello. Ignore the random set test messages that I put in chat. How's it going? Okay, it was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm to map the new to remap the Shattered Isle. I keep writing scattered instead of shattered. I'll remember the name for this campaign at some point. But yeah, as an explanation for what's going on here, by the way, I'm writing a D&D campaign. It's called The Shattered Isle. The setting is like an oceanic, it's like an oceanic plane with a bunch of different islands scattered all over around it. There's a bunch of lore reasons for why it happened, but we'll get into that later. You can watch videos on my YouTube if you really want an explanation for that. But right now, I've been working on this campaign for like 5 years, and I'm going through a bunch of old campaign notes. And right now, I am writing a bunch of background lore so that I can continue with the main narrative. It's formed immediately after the Lesser Magisterium to remap the Shattered Isle. New but promising organization. New but overall very important. Organizes teams of explorers. These teams of explorers go and map out the area. Go and map out the organizes teams of explorers to go and map out the area nearby. Can register there as a group in order to map out the islands near. I guess to go and map out both the layout. Hold on. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I'm going to call it the Explorers Union, not the Adventurers Union. I like that name a lot better. Explorers Union. Organization dedicated to the exploration and documentation of the Shattered Isle. I wrote Isle twice. That's hilarious. Was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm to remap the Shattered Isle. New, but overall very important. I guess I need to take out that little text in the bottom, huh? Well, that's something that can be saved for next stream. Was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm to reshape the Shattered Isle, but new overall very important. Was formed immediately after. Organization dedicated to exploration and forms teams of explorers to go and what's the word? It's not remap. Visit, censure, no. Survey. out and survey the ocean to find new undocumented islands, along with bringing back uh, victims from the Lesser Magistorm. It was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm to act as both a uh, rescue effort and a remapping. Both a rescue and survey effort. In the hopes of redocumenting where everything is now. Right, that is not how you spell redocumenting, but that's fine. Who do I make the head of the Advent Explorers Union? Indicate the exploration and documentation of the Shattered Isle. Forms teams of explorers to go and survey the ocean, find new undocumented islands, along with bringing back victims from the Lesser Magistorm. It was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm to act as both a rescue and survey effort in the hopes of redocumenting where everything is now. And we can actually go owned by insert character name here. I'll come up with a character that owns this thing. I have an idea for a backstory, but I'll put it in later. Forms teams of explorers to go and survey the ocean to find new undocumented islands, along with bringing back victims from the Lesser Magistorm. Was formed immediately after the Lesser Magistorm to act as both a rescue and survey effort in the hopes of redocumenting where everything is now. A wealthy merchant. An incredibly wealthy merchant dedicated to finding his own missing daughter. I think that's good. Let's see. You know what? Actually, no. I want this to be a her. I want a badass. I'm thinking like badass, like merchant character who made her fortune just like fucking playing people and like selling them, like just had a fucking merchant empire that she just turned into a full search and rescue effort. I think that's cool. Hold on. New note. What do I want to name this character? For some reason, I'm thinking of the name Brianna. I don't know why. And I want to start the last name with an S. Sturge? Hello. Welcome back. Hi, Liz. In terms of what you missed yesterday, most of it was just coming up with different characters and rewriting a bunch of other stuff. It specifically main narrative, anything like that. But, fun fact, look at that! I have overlays now. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I have actual overlays in SIP. By the way, this command doesn't work. I would not worry about it. Okay. Brianna S. Yep. I did a little bit of a thing called do actual research into what I'm supposed to be doing as a streamer. I know, it's crazy. Brianna Oh, Leanne or Aggie? Oh, Lean was a name suggestion. Like Brianna Lean, or like this is a first name thing? Hmm. Look, I'm not married to the name Brianna, so I'm kind of good either way with what you suggested there. Leanne or Aggie? I kind of like Agatha, short for Aggie. Yeah. Let's go Agatha Stout. Fair enough. Agatha. Hmm. Last name. Agatha Steer? Agatha Stall. Agatha Stallard? Hmm. Isn't the worst thing. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Agatha Stallard. Let's go with that. I like Agatha. Um, let's go 37-year-old old. What are we thinking? Let's make this a different race. I don't like making everything humans, and I think so far everyone has been a human except for um old human guy. Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone grandma type human woman. Yeah, everyone's been human so far except for Pete, and I think that that's a little bullshit. So, I don't know. Hmm. Let me think. Let me think. 37-year-old. I don't know. List of Dungeons and Dragons races. Just give me a thing. Oh, I could just make her an elf. Oh, that could just make her 3,700, 370-year-old. Oh, wait, I kind of like the idea of making her a 37-year-old halfling who's like ruthless. Yep, yep. Actually, you know what? I'm happy with that. Like ruthless. Oh, jaunting? Ooh, maybe. I don't know. Tiefling fighting stereotypes, maybe. Father Grigory? I'm sorry. You're gonna have to tell me what jaunting is. I'll be real. I have no idea what jaunting is supposed to be. For people watching who don't understand, most of my D&D knowledge has all been you know what? I won't ban it outright just because there are no viewers in here. In the future, I probably won't do links. But for right now, permission granted. You can post a link. I'm fine with this. What in the hell is jaunting? You know what? I'm looking it up. You know what? Actually, this will work. The Jaunt, Stephen King. 16-page book. Okay, I'm not reading this now. I'll be totally real with you. I will read it later. But I will look up what jaunting is now. What is jaunting? Short excursion on or journey for pleasure? Yeah, I'll be so real. I have no idea what jaunting is, and you're gonna have to. Figure that out. Also, for viewers, this summary thing down here, don't fucking pay attention to it. I tried to get it to work, it won't, and I didn't feel like changing my overlay before this, so it's just gonna be there. Different kind of jaunt. Okay. What what does jaunting mean in slang? Yeah, all I'm seeing is like journey taken for pleasure, and I honestly do not really have the time to read a full book. If you could, as long as it isn't like against TOS and I'm gonna get banned, you can just put the definition in chat so at least I and the other people watching this can understand what is going on. What is a jaunt? What is jaunting? I'm gonna write this while I'm thinking about it. Owns a merchant empire that she turned into a rescue effort called the Explorers Union. Kind of a teleportation that drives you insane if you go through it without being knocked out first. Interesting. I've been thinking about doing something with teleportation when it comes to this campaign. I don't know exactly how I do it. It would have to be kind of like a wormhole thing where if you jump through, you're like teleported to the opposite side of the map. And I guess the party would have to be like asleep before doing it. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll throw it in concepts. That is interesting enough that I will throw it in concepts, and it may or may not get added if I can find an island that'd be cool to add it on into. Though, actually, I do like the idea of an island that was split entirely in half and was just like thrown to opposite sides of the world because of the little like lesser storm that I've been talking about. And then uh you can quote unquote jaunt or teleport to between both of those as like oh, do I need to get to the opposite side of the world and fast? That's interesting. You know what? In the concepts it goes. Island split in half. Uh, Split in half by Lesser Magistorm. Each side teleported to opposite sides. Opposite ends of the game map. Each side is connected by a wormhole slash teleport slash gate type of thing that allows you to travel almost instantaneously. Also, just an FYI, if you jaunt while awake, you are trapped inside of a white void for millions of years with no external stimuli, so that's why most people who come out who went in awake typically drop dead of a heart attack only seconds later or start screaming insane things. Very fun. Terrifying. Good to know. Yeah, okay. Each side's connected by... Okay. That is definitely terrifying. Thank you for letting me know. That is cool. I'll give you that. But, and I'll put it in this concept a little bit that I will credit you for it, by the way. When somebody gives me an idea for this campaign, I always try and, like, include their username in a credit or something so that I don't just steal ideas. Interesting. Thank you for explaining that. I honestly, since this campaign is very much fantasy, I have no idea. That's definitely more of a sci-fi thing, but it is cool. I like the idea of having to be completely unconscious throughout the being teleported, to just get thrown through without instantly dying. I might do a riff on that, if that makes sense. Because the whole story of this campaign I'm doing is just A storm just completely ravages a set of islands, spreads them all out, just completely shuffles them everywhere. And if I would be implementing this, it would kind of be like that, but instead it would be like if you're awake during it, you're just like battered by like different magical effects constantly. And when you're asleep, your brain is just not aware of the fact that it's happening, so you don't get affected by it or anything. But if you're awake, you go through, you get like a DC check, and if that is the case, oh Jesus fucking Christ, that okay, that, and adding an entire solar system, it's a lot. I'll give you that. I think adding space travel would be a little bit of a stretch in terms of my creative ability to be able to write that into a fantasy campaign, but I'll keep it in mind. Island split in half by lesser Magistorm. Each side teleported to each side uh, pushed to opposite ends of the game map. Ends of the game map. Each side is connected by a wormhole teleport gate type thing that allows you to travel almost instantaneously between them. But if you are awake during the teleportation, you take a bunch of psychic damage with a DC check. Okay, and then this is accredited to Father Grigori. I don't know who that is. I don't know what reference that is for, but you know what? It's in the Concepts tab. Congrats, you are officially in the campaign. Because, Jesus Christ, that is a terrifying idea, and I kind of love it. Alright, back to whatever the fuck I was doing. Agatha Stallard. 37-year-old halfling woman who owns a merchant empire that she turned into a rescued effort called the Explorers Union. She is ruthless. A ruthless businesswoman, but also a family woman at heart. Also a very family-oriented. Yeah. A ruthless businesswoman, but also fairly, very family-oriented. Oriented, not oriented. 37-year-old halfling woman owns a merchant empire that she turned into a rescued effort called the Explorers Union. Ruthless woman, but also very family-oriented. Lost her daughter in the... Got separated from her family. Horrible idea, but what if the DC rolls a 1 and they are infected with insanity or something? We're adding that to the concepts idea. What you have not given me is a horrible idea, but it is a hilarious idea. They become insane. And then, do you want to include hollow ones? You'll have to tell me what a hollow one is first. Because I have no idea what a hollow one is. Yeah, no, again, DC check if they get roll a 1 become insane is hilarious. I'm so down for that. But yeah. Tell me what a hollow one is. No idea what that is. Or I could just look it up. That's probably easier than waiting for a Twitch chat. What is D&D? Resurrected by strange necromantic magic. Brought back without their soul, but still a sense of self. Oh! Oh, okay. So like that trope. Okay. So that might be, if you remember the idea that we talked about a couple days ago with the like endless death island, that might be a potential consequence for what happens. like here, if I could go, yeah. It would be like eventually, after enough revives, a person can become a hollowed one. And I might put a little link in here or something to like a web page that tells me what a hollowed one is. Oh, did not notice there was a test here. Yeah. You know what? There you go. This entire island is credited to you anyways, so if you have any more ideas, I'll just throw them in here. But let's see. Back to whatever the hell. Bard Skinwalker. I don't know. I I kind of want to stay away from like making a bunch of NPCs that are all a class, because if they have to fight them, I have to go through each individual one and then figure out what the class can do and anything like that. But a Bard Skinwalker is incredibly funny. You're thinking like, here, hold on. Insert character here. We could go like a shapeshifter. Shapeshifter bard, who goes around causing mischief on a variety of islands. Is that what you're kind of thinking? Like, by Skinwalker, like a shapeshifter kind of thing, where they just change into other people and just do just sheer mischief? Or are you thinking of something else? Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. I'm very down with that. Here, hold on. We'll put your name here too. Yeah, shapeshifter bard who goes around causing mischiefs on other islands. That is pretty funny. Just like impersonating different fucking people and just fucking around. That is hilarious. I'll give you that. Good idea. Um no name bard skinwalker. There you go. If people die and become hollow ones, they lose their souls. So would the souls gather around the gods? Part is that some exclusive base, so specters and ghosts guard the god piece. Can also shapeshift into people he killed, because that would be kind of funny if it just stealth killed one of the teammates and pretended to be that teammate. Granted, I don't know how first things first, Liz. Uh I don't know. That would probably depend on what kind of god we're talking about when it comes to the concepts idea here, with the like god pieces here that we talked about earlier. And for you know what, I'm just gonna call you Father. That's hilarious. Or Grigori, or Grig. You know what? I'm calling you Grig. I think it's easier that way. I don't know how I would do replacing the party members. I would have to be like, yo, I would have to text like a specific party member, like, yo, you're killed in your sleep. No diff. And you're now playing as a Skinwalker character that I just like build for them. I mean, actually, you've given me an idea with that. If somebody wants to get out of the not get out of the campaign, but like change their character, I could have like a bard shapeshifter on standby, like chaotic evil or chaotic neutral like shapeshifter bard that goes around impersonating people for fun, and would take the life of their previous thing and just now be like slightly playing as it, and the party would have genuinely no idea. That could be pretty funny. You know what? We're writing that down. That could be pretty funny. As long as it's given as an option to the party member, I don't think that's a bad idea. I wouldn't just like set it on the party or anything. But like it, depending on when the party finds out, it could be really funny. I'll give you that. Potential. Uh, what would I say here? It would be like potential character swap out. For a party member. For a party member wanting to swap their character. Would Yeah. Goes around killing and impersonating people to get a kick out of life for entertainment alone. And would kill. Here, hold on. We're going to edit this order a bit. It goes around killing and impersonating people for entertainment alone. Oh, we could have it be like an Aarakocra. Like an... Or no, never mind. It's already a Skinwalker. I can't add 2 races onto this thing. It would be fine. That's fine. Goes around killing and impersonating people for entertainment alone. Is known as a is known throughout the Isle as the Skinwalker. Nah, no. What's a good nickname? You come up with it. Or I can come up with it if you can't. I could just call him the Skinwalker. If you come up with a better nickname, let me know. As a potential character for person to swap to mid-campaign. Shapeshifter goes around causing mischief on a variety of islands, goes around killing and impersonating people for entertainment alone. The one who knocks. I don't know if I want to make him into Walter White. I'll be honest. I think I want to have this at least be like a little flavorful, I'll be real. This does have like an intricate story that I kind of like, and turning him into a reference, I don't know, kind of defeats the purpose of him. I think calling him the Skinwalker's fine. Can function as a potential character for a person to swap to mid-campaign. Would kill the previous party member and pretend to be them. For the rest of the campaign. Till they're found out. Shenanigans ensue. And then that means they can also pick the name if I just call him the Skinwalker. Never mind, this is awesome. Okay. We'll add like a few personality details. Clinically insane. Sadistic. Self-absorbed. Anything like that. Yeah, that'll work. Self-absorbed and narcissistic. Both of them. Let me think. Yeah, goes around killing and impersonating people for entertainment alone, is known throughout the Isle as the Skinwalker, could function as a potential character for a person to swap to mid-campaign, would kill the previous party member and pretend to be them for the rest of the campaign. They're found out. Shenanigans ensue. Yeah, they think everything is a little tomfoolery. Takes nothing seriously. Nothing seriously. I agree. Gotcha, alright. Credit to Father Gregory for the idea. Okay. There you go. You were in the campaign a second time as a character idea. I'll give you that. Okay, now what the hell was I working on? Oh, right, you. I've been getting very sidetracked. Okay, 37-year-old halfling woman owns a merchant empire that she turned into a rescue effort called the Explorers Union. A ruthless businesswoman, but also very family-oriented, got separated from her family during Lesser Magistorm. No, agreed. That's the reason why I started streaming this campaign on Twitch. Because I think eventually, after I sift through a billion people's ideas, I'll come up with a campaign that's genuinely good, but also entirely unhinged. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. See, I have alerts now. It's awesome because before this I didn't even have a Twitch chat up here. I'd have to fucking read everything out. I did the Twitch streamer thing and like do it correctly. It's awesome. A ruthless businesswoman, but also family member guys from Storm, and created the rescue effort to find them throughout the campaign. The party We'll get requests from Agatha. Oh yeah, it goes by Aggie. Goes by Aggie. I forgot. Then we'll do... we're adding this to the dictionary, yeah. Let the campaign department get requests from Agatha to follow a lead regarding some of her lost kin. I need some personality details for her. Also, would I recommend that they can encounter? Always. I have a bunch of space over here for a bunch of different ideas. I'm using a specific software so I can have practically infinite space for anything. Hell, I even have an entire thing for a concepts tab that might turn into other things later. Shoot it. Back to character descriptions. I got this started. Throughout the party, the campaign. Hardworking, determined, very sassy. Very sassy, business-minded. Anything else that I want to give this to? Stewart owns a merchant empire that's turned into a rescue effort called the Explorers Union. Business-minded, but overall compassionate. Overall compassionate. Let me think. 37-year-old halfling woman owns a merchant empire that she turned into a rescue effort called the Explorers Union. Goes by Aggie. Hardworking, determined, very sassy, business-minded, but overall compassionate. Ruthless businesswoman, but also very family-oriented. Throughout the campaign, the party will get requests from Agatha to follow a lead regarding some of her lost kin. Will reward the party with information / discounts on ship materials if quests are completed. Evil gremlin who likes stealing random things out of your pockets mid-battle and requires to be swatted away like a fly to stop them. Alternatively, lethal methods if that's how you deal with people stealing stuff. Okay, keep in mind, we're talking about a Dungeons and Dragons party here. So at baseline, we're going to have at least 2 to 3 murder hobos. You're acting like getting pickpocketed, like random wizard out of all of D&D. You act like them getting pickpocketed is not an immediate grounds for them to fireball everything in the nearest vicinity. Granted, I like the idea. I might instead make that kind of thing. Like, are you thinking this is like an enemy or a character idea? Because I kind of like the idea of a pickpocket running around on the Grand Bazaar. Which, by the way, since you are not familiar with everything that's going on here and you just joined, the Grand Bazaar is like the geographical center point of our map that we're dealing with and will act as the main hub. And the idea of having like a kid who's like a master pickpocketer. Okay, enemy idea. I will admit that's kind of... I'll throw it in the concepts thing for sure. Just because I think... I just can't imagine like an island that I at least have right now where that would work. If I had like a Feywilds island... I do like it. I kind of like it as like a character idea. If I had like a master pickpocketer that would go around and just fucking stealing shit on the Grand Bazaar. But I also like the idea of it just being like a gremlin who focuses on very shiny things and that's it, regardless of actual value. And like if I had like a Feywilds kind of thing, or like if I had like an island that was kind of like the Feywilds, where people who like accepted any of their terms or anything are just turned into these gremlins stealing shiny shit for the for the Fae as amusement. That could work. There you go. You've given me somewhat of an idea. Feywild's Island, with gremlins. Gremlins that steal your stuff. Steal your shiny stuff. The gremlins were previous adventurers slash inhabitants that accepted Fadials and are now used as slaves to collect shiny things for the Fade Horde. Okay. You know what? Even though the Feywilds part wasn't necessarily your idea, no water breathe. It's actually just type on the potion. It actually just makes you breathe out of water. I like it. I like the bullshit we're going here. I kind of liked the idea of this is just something that I've had in my head for a while of a bullshit potion seller, and the entire time it's just like word loopholes. And he's just selling people like potion of water breathing. Yeah, of water breath. And it's just, yeah, you breathe. And when you breathe when you're in water now. Not when you're underwater, when you're in water and your head's above it. That kind of thing. It's like a bullshit potion seller. That'd be pretty funny, agreed. Also agreed. Pretty funny. But yeah, I do like the idea of like a bullshit potion seller that is just like it's all like really shit potions that either not even do anything or maybe have like some amount of things. Oh, yeah. Nope. Sorry, Liz. I have not made the Discord yet. I spent time this morning doing that. I'll try and get it done tomorrow. But honestly, no promises. I've been looking at the Discord UI and it is just a lot to deal with. I don't want to make rolls, man. I just don't. I will get it done soon, though, I promise. I'll get there. We'll get it done soon. Yeah, I'll go through all of these links too. I need to figure out how to actually get the chatbot to work on Streamlabs. Or not Streamlabs. I think Stream Elements is what I'm using. Yeah. I'll figure that out at some point, damn it. And then, you know what? I'm just going to put this in the conversation. Bullshit post and seller with, that uses wordplay to sell potions that don't actually do anything. Hops from island to island because he keeps getting kicked out. Alright. That is a very bare bones character idea that I can throw in concepts. That'll work. Eventually this will turn into a folder where I can just scroll through. But you know what? Fair enough. Yep, I'm fine with this. Fine, okay. 37-year-old halfling woman. Okay, I need to get really back on track. Because I'm supposed to be working on the main narrative, but I got to the... Oh, man. I got to the town name, and then I got to... once I got the town name, I went to island ideas, and I went to island ideas, and I started on describing Nibig, which is the port town, and then I was like, oh, hey, the... not Adventurers, Explorers Union. I need a leader for this. And I came up with this character idea, and now I've gotten fully and completely sidetracked. God damn it. Okay. Network of guild halls designed to recruit and organize, rescue, recruit and organize explorers and rescue teams to combat, to survey islands, and rescue victims. There's no such thing as a bad idea. Bad ideas are just funny ideas waiting to happen. Go ahead. You can twist anything into it being funny and not bad, I'm telling you. Refugee temporary encampment, branch of the Explorers Union. Travel center. Has boat schedules. Has boat schedules for... 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 Schedules for Entering and leaving. Yeah. Has both schedules for entering and leaving things. Entering and leaving, Yunresh. If the god pieces gain sentience, and once they are together, they reject each other, possibly to try and get away from each other and causing another mini storm there. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the god idea, right? Of the 2,000-year-old Magistorm being like the, like, god, basically the previous civilization's form of fighting god and then losing, and then, oh, yeah, excuse me. Um, and then after that, there's a bunch. The reason that all of the islands are super out of whack is because there's a bunch of god pieces inhabiting them. I do. You know what? We're gonna put this under this specific thing. God pieces could be could be sentient. Could be sentient and acting of their own will. Now that they're split apart. Word item ideas, go, go, go for the bullshit seller, Stone of Gravity. Okay. I'll read all that in a second once I'm done writing this down. God pieces could be sentient and acting of their own will now that they're split apart. Actively reject each other. And they actively reject each other to retain sentience. Again, credit to seven. Okay, now I do like the idea of them like all becoming individuals and just inhabiting the islands. Of damn, I like having my own dominion, but they can't leave the island or else it like just kind of breaks down. Nobody knows the end of this card. Sorry, Liz, lizard. You know what, Liz. Lizard. I'm stupid. I'll figure it out one of these days. Lizard. Okay. Lizard. Okay. Lissart. Lisart or Lisert? Explain that. Oh, I'm just stupid. I'm stupid in every way. There we go. Okay. Finally, I can work on this. More item ideas. Go, go, go for the bullshit seller. Stone of Gravity. It falls down, then gravity is working. If it floats or floats upwards, then gravity is broken. Potion of Fire Breath. Just makes your mouth really hot, like you ate really hot red chili pepper. Amulet of Protection. This is the only one that works, but here's the catch. As soon as you take the amulet off, it immediately releases all the damage stored. Okay, for one, I've seen at least... I've seen the bottom idea as a short somewhere. I know for a fact. What is it? I saw an idea that was similar to that, where like they had like a gun that every time you pointed it at someone and clicked, they would disappear. And then at the end of the campaign, or if the gun ever broke or anything like that, all of the enemies would just come out at once, and they were just transported to another plane. That's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as stealing. There's just creative yoinking. We'll call it that. What do you think that this entire section of this stream has been? People spewing ideas at me and being like, "Hey, that's funny. Let's twist and yoink it. Why not?" Okay. Lisart 7. Got that right. Okay, good. Let me think. We can just do bullshit item seller instead of just potion seller. Use wordplay to sell things that don't actually do anything. Things that don't actually do anything. Hops from Island Island. It keeps getting kicked out. I like the ideas. I'll keep them in the back of my head. Trust me, I can just go through like pretty much any D&D forum ever and be like, hey, give me a bunch of stupid item ideas. Like, I guarantee you I can say, the movable rod, you can move it however you wish, and it's just a pole. Like, it's easy. Swear to God. Alright. This is done. Let's go to island ideas. Nabig. Okay. Refugee encampment, an area dedicated to temporary housing for washed-up refugees, offered to the party. Branch of Explorers Union, network of guild halls designed to recruit and organize explorers and rescue teams to survey islands and rescue victims. Travel center has boats scheduled for entering and leaving Yunrej. Has boat schedules for entering and leaving Yunrej towards Grand Bazaar. Okay. And then, yeah. Okay, this should work. Okay, let me think. The island where the party starts their journey, an unassuming part of town, port town called Nabig, has one town, an town, an unassuming port called Nabig with a medium population with a dense forest covering the majority of the island. That's the whole Nabig section. Party spends the beginning of the campaign here. Finding information about what happened and where to go next. Okay, the starting island is done, which means I can go back into the main narrative and start writing the main narrative now. The goal of today, which was to condense all of these old campaign notes, the title of the stream. We're back, finally. Until I get another funny idea. But you know what? That's why it's, sorry, Zolt's future problem, right? Oh, Sword of Destiny. It's a stick made of flesh from a person named Destiny. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, you know what? You know what? I feel like this is going to be happening a lot, right? Bad item ideas. We're creating a whole folder for it. New note. Sword of Destiny. Stick made out of flesh from a guy called from a guy called Destiny. Very ineffective. You know what? This isn't going to be a folder. This is just going to be a thing. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to delete this. I don't think I'm going to need an entire folder for that. None of these descriptions are going to be very long. Oh. Bad item ideas. Okay, so first, we got Amulet of Protection. Protects from all incoming attacks. If ever taken off, all attacks are unleashed at once. We have Sword of Destiny. Stick made out of the flesh from a guy called Destiny. Does psychic damage. I don't know. Orb of Light is kind of on the nose. I don't know if I agree with that one. But you know what? We'll put these two here. And even though I know you quote-unquote stole this one, we'll credit you with both of them. Why not? Congrats. In the campaign even more. This is... Oh my god, okay. Okay, main narrative. Typing. Jesus Christ. There is a well-trodden path that stretches from the beach into dense woods. The path leads to a residential side of the port called Nabig. Party gets introduced to a farmer living on the outskirts. Let's see. How do I want this next bit to go? Because either the farmer finds them or they stumble onto the farmer's like area. Yeah. Party gets reduced to a farmer. Farmer. Let's go an orc named... I like naming him Gerald. Gerald fills the party in on what happened. You know what? New character. Whoa! Gerald. Farmer on the outskirts of Nibig on the island of Yunrej. By the way, Grigori, or however I would say your name in a short fashion. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I also understand the temptation to consume all. Have you figured out the naming scheme for a lot of my islands and towns yet? Whoa, a record of 6 viewers. Let's go. We love to see it. Farmer on the outskirts of Nibig on the island of Yunrej. Here, you know what? Let's go into island ideas and I'll just scroll through. We have Yunrej, the starting island. Liz has figured it out. We have Oglio, the glacier island. Osna, the volcano circle island. Wingorg, the agricultural island. Have you figured it out yet? We have Ziapak, Thiliers, Jasrak. Well, this one's mean. Virsuv. It's really funny once you realize what it is. I'll let you ponder that information while I continue going. Farmer on the outskirts of Nibig on the island of Yunrej. Have you figured them all out? It's my favorite part. It's my favorite part of doing all of this. That specific what the fuck moment. I'm telling you. It's my favorite part, no matter what. From on the outskirts of Nibig on the island of Yunrej. Dude, I'm telling you, you just anagram a word that is like slightly related to the setting that you're talking about, and you come up with some really good names. It's really not bad. Like, I don't know how the fuck I would have come up with Wingorg as the name for an island, but it's just growing. Growing on an agricultural island. It's growing. An Occal's clone, because this is the entire, like, clone cliche of a guy finds a magical item that clones himself. He makes 1 billion clones of himself and forms an entire society. The clones kill each other, and there's only one left standing who breaks the staff and is like, never let this happen again. And this entire island is just the party finding this in the aftermath and the broken magic item. Ziapek is just pickaxe. Thiliers is slither. God, it's so funny. It is so unbelievably funny. I'm telling you. Let's go back into main narrative. Okay, I might need to switch chat to be like in top right or something, like covering up here. That might be a better spot for it. Okay. Meeting of the party, industry farmer, fills the party in what happened during the time skip. Oh yeah, specifically, what happened? I need to put this in the thingy. Goblet's Greater Louisiana Circus in my story. Yeah, it's so real. So unbelievably real. The path leads to the residential side of a port called Nibig. Party gets introduced to a farmer, an orc named Gerald. Gerald fills the party in on what happened. We got... Okay. A time skip has happened. happened between the party getting swept up. I know, it honestly, it's not nearly as bad of a naming scheme as I thought it would be when I first started doing it. But now I can't stop. It's too funny. It like just rack. I've started doing it to the point where I've been doing it in 2 words and just doing 2 words, which this one is specifically shark jaw, and I just took out 2 letters just to make like if the party ever figures out the naming scheme, it's going to be even more confusing. I'm just going to get death stares every time. Orc farmer on the outskirts of Nabig on the island of Yunrej fills in the party on what happens. His name is Gerald. We love Gerald. Not general. I need to go into island ideas. No, I need to go into main narrative. You know what? I really need to organize this. Jesus Christ. Okay. Time skip has happened between the party getting swept up by the Lesser Magistorm. How long are we thinking the time skip's supposed to be? Hmm. 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 How big? I'm thinking like maybe a month, maybe 2. Sometimes happen between the party getting swept up by the Lesser Magistorm. Yeah, I'm thinking like 2 months. Let's go 2 months. It has been 2 months since the party was picked up by the Lesser Magistorm and they were dropped here. Oh, yeah, you're good. I see. Watching without... There's a little icon here that says watching without audio. That's cool as shit. Huh. Oh, I can say a bunch of mean things about you in the meantime. All right. Time skip has happened between the party getting swept up by the Lesser Magistorm, 2 months specifically. The Lesser Magistorm shuffled a bunch of the islands around. There is no detailed map just yet of the surrounding area. Time skip has happened between the party getting swept up by the Lesser Magistorm, 2 months specifically. Lesser Magistorm shuffled a bunch of the islands around. There's no detailed map just yet of the surrounding area. No detailed map just yet of the surrounding area. What else do I want the thing to know? Party gets told about the Grand Bazaar only being a 3-day boat ride from here. Party gets told about the refugee encampment. Let's go about the refugee encampment, the Explorers Union Hall, and the... What's the other one? What's the other important building that I added into the island ideas? Area dedicated to temporary housing. Branch the explorers using... Yeah, the travel center. There we are. That's the name that I'm looking for. And the travel center. And then... Alright. Party decides what to do next here. Okay. Alright. Now, what I actually needed to do today was get closer to actually summarizing this. So, I'm going to go through and I'm going to figure out what shit I want to keep because I think it's good ideas. And I also want to figure... Ooh, shit. I'll fix this mic setup eventually. I just need to figure out what ideas I need to keep, and then what ideas I am completely scrapping because yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I'm not just leaving characters unnamed anymore. That was annoying as shit in my first campaign. They accept. First quest begins. Yeah, do the thing. Yeah, no, I don't care. By the way, to the people watching, all of these notes are actually basically a play-by-play of the previous version of the campaign I did of this. I'm completely rewriting it. I'm actually naming characters and stuff. It's going to be completely different. But there are at least enough good ideas in here that honestly, I want to go through all of it and just keep whatever I think is good and then just start writing on my own, right? Yeah, dinosaurs, we love them. PCs run a boat and sailing, no seasickness among the party, and called Mar. Okay, Mar. I think this was just me trying to sound cool. I don't care. Goodbye, session 1. This was all bad. Maybe do the Harpy Island? The fuck is the Harpy Island? I hate my fucking notes. I hate my notes. What do you mean describe Mar? Oh, I think this is just the original version of the Grand Bazaar. Okay, cool. Which means I don't give a shit. Island itself is quite small in comparison to the one you were originally on. No more than a couple of football fields across. That's in mind. That's what this island looked like a week before. There's pretty much everything is damaged on it. There are buildings that have crumbled. Obvious wreckage of small ships and docks. No, I wouldn't. None of this would really be here. Seeing as how I'm doing a 2-month time skip now. Captain pulls out a small wooden plank with a bit of rope tied to it in an inner pocket. Like an elven national name. Yep, nope. This is a previous version with the previous. Oh, right. I guess I have to explain the military. There are 3 main organizations that I have to go through, but whatever. Yeah, okay. Don't like any of session 2. Glad to hear it. But what I need to do is I need a new note, and I need to go world military. Woo! We love a world military. It's going to be insanely corrupt. That's all I'm saying. For viewers who are listening to this, the world military is a relic of what the world was like before the Lesser Magistorm happened, which completely shoveled everything and pretty much destroyed all present infrastructure, right? This is an organization dedicated to establishing order throughout the islands, regulating fights and regulating merchant goods and disputes. Originally was instituted by an organization dedicated to establishing the order throughout the islands, regulating merchant goods and disputes. Originally was instituted by the 4 nations, or by the nations that were initially also ship puzzle idea, but what if there's just this temple with a pole door and it has an anti-magic force field? Your campaign will spend hours trying to open it until they realize they just have to pull it open. So, agree with the anti-magic force field. I actually have a story about that. In an really old version of this campaign, actually. I had this, like, Snake Island, right? It's actually the precursor to Thaliers, the island that I have here. This is, like, an island about a snake race that was present before the 2,000-year disaster and hung out in a cave, basically, during it. And in that puzzle, I had, like, a climbable wall that had, like, a bunch of, like, spike traps sticking out of it and, like, closable, like handhelds that just fucking collapse into the wall and a bunch of different shit like that. And then a door up there that needed a key that was hanging on in the, like, middle of the wall as you were climbing up. And, a party member of mine had a spell that I did not know about before then, called Knock. And the bastard also had Fly. So in my infinite wisdom, all it was like just a door with a magical lock on it that required this key specifically. Well, the bastard flies up, does knock on the door, and it instantly opens. because I'm a dumbass. So yes, anti-magic force field, absolutely. I do like the idea of having a door, like especially in the temple here on Thaliers, that is like totally and completely normal, but it is just a pull door, not a push for once. And the party, and there's just a random anti-magic field around it, and then and they spend like hours just dealing with it or anything like that, or they eventually just blow it up using fireball or something. And the party just decides, and then when they finally get to the snake race and start conversing with them in broken common, uh, they it basically just turns into oh yeah, we left that there. uh I don't remember who put that there, but it was left there. Just a magic item. Just bullshit. That is funny. I'll give you that. So here, hold on. Okay. Okay, there can be a little bit more thing here, but hold on. Okay. Beaches look normal from a distance, but they're actually covered in needle-like stone pieces. Vegetation is larger than it should be. Vegetation itself is really colorful. Decent-sized temple. Stone door with the same open. The door is surrounded by an anti-magic field. And has a trap on the other side, triggered by the door. However, the trap wore down over time, and is completely useless. Also, the door is a push door. There you go. Your idea is very funny and has been put in once again. See, this is why having a small audience is nice, like a really small one. Just so that I do not get constantly bombarded with ideas, but the ideas that I do get are good enough to where I can at least twist them to be into the campaign. That's awesome. Having 4 viewers. I'm telling you. Alright. Meeting of the party. Yeah. Party decides what to do next. You guys are getting premium time here. If I ever get big, I'm going to start charging for it. $15 on Patreon, then you can submit an island idea. I'll make billions of dollars. Okay. Introduces Adventurers Guild and main conflict, show them the quest board. Okay, I think this is where I pulled the conflict, or at least that I'm gonna... Okay. Oh my god, there's so much all of this. Oh yeah, Suyosa, that was the name of that one guy's character that was ass. Right. They see a stereotypical Adventurers Guild made of hodgepodge of wood and brick with holes in the windows. No. I want this to be a little bit more specifically... Like, it is gonna be hodgepodge, but okay. Ranking system we're completely changing later. That's going to be one of the first things that I do once this is all sorted and gone through. Oh, I like the idea of the campaign being a monster where we just keep feeding it bad ideas until it eventually grows into a monstrosity. Ooh, that's a good line. I might keep it. Basement room in the temple or something, but it's a lever that ominously counts down to 10 that causes flamethrowers to ignite, but instead of lighting the room ablaze at the end of the countdown, it just opens the door. Like a 30-second countdown, so you get like 5 rounds to solve the puzzle, and then at the end of the puzzle, it opens the fucking door. That's pretty good. I might keep that one out of the... Hold on. Let me just read through this real quick. National Navy swords and lieutenant barges in the building. There's some nondescript uniform, wearing metal helmets that cover their face. But the opposite, structure features, giant silver badge. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna get through this. I'm deleting all this. This is all bad. I've already wrote through most of that. National Navy. So, okay. This is how I initially imagined the National Navy. But first, comment. I have more slop to feed the campaign, a basement from room in the temple or something, but it's a lever that ominously counts down to 10. You know, I kind of... This might be... All of the ideas that you're giving me here, hold on. I might go back into the island idea. This specific island is going to be... The Snake Island is going to be a... Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. This is actually going to be very lore important, so I might not do as many of the gags here, but I do really like the idea of having like a temple or something where in here, hold on, I am going to delete this, but don't worry, it will be put back because it's going into the concepts tab. Go into concepts, go down here. On an island, just a random island, we're gonna have a temple. And it's going to just be all of these fucking gags that you're talking about. Like, here, hold on. We have the gag temple. It is literally just a temple full of gags. Literally just a temple full of gags. We have a door that opens. We have a door that is completely unlocked. A pull door specifically that is completely unlocked. Grigori, you have to understand, this is the entire point of what I'm doing. Keep throwing ideas at me, dude. The more shit that ends up just haphazardly getting thrown into this campaign, the less writing that I have to do on my own. Like, let's be real. Like, granted, it is going to get out of control and fast, but still. Might as well, right? It is completely unlocked, but surrounded by a magic barrier. We have a countdown lever with a room covered in unactivated spike traps and random levers. Countdown room. You know what? I'm going to add to your idea. Room full of gold, but everything is a mimic. The walls mimics. The gold mimics. Every single bar is a mimic. The red carpet, also a mimic. Love the idea of a mimic room. It makes the room actually fucking dangerous. A corridor that is completely unlocked but surrounded by a magic barrier. A countdown room full of primed traps. Full of primed traps and a bunch of levers. With no clue how to activate them. I might do a bit of a variation on your, mimic room idea. I kind of like the idea of a room that is, like, full of, like, treasures and, like, gold and stuff like that. But it's just a clear slime inhabiting the room, and you just immediately get digested. It's a bit of a riff on it, I agree. But I kind of like the idea, like, Everything is a mimic. The walls mimics. The gold, every bar is a mimic. The red carpet, also a mimic. The door is also a mimic. Let's not forget the door. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? A mimic room. Everything is a mimic. Regardless of size or density. Door is a mimic. The treasure is a mimic. The furniture are all mimics. The walls are mimics. Even the walls, floor, and ceiling are all mimics. Yep. I'm good with that. I might change that to be like a slime room or anything like that. Just a really long tunnel. See, you aren't thinking sadistic enough, my friend. You gotta be placing like levers and buttons and like pressure plates and all of this stuff just all over the room. Little buttons, pressure plates, tripwires, everything. But nothing works. Just get the party really fucking fed up with it. You gotta understand. You aren't thinking nearly as sadistic enough. If we're coming up with literally just a gag temple, you gotta commit to the bit. Fully and completely. Like, shout outs to Vale Fisk, if you've ever, if anybody's watched any of his stuff. He specifically does like a bunch of like torture like versions of video and board games, and he made a video game where it's just a bunch of levers that do nothing. And that's like, if we're going that idea, it is literally just that. It is an entire temple full of just fully shitty gag ideas. Oh right, hold on. I gotta credit you with the temple because half of these have been supplied by you. Yeah, it's just a gag temple. It's a temple full of gags. Yeah, we have a the Grand Hall is just a spiral scare. The Grand Hall is just a spiral staircase. No, no, no. See, the payoff that you're going with is just like one room. We're wanting the payoff of, oh, this temple is actually booby trapped to be after the entire beginning phase of just bullshit traps. Like, we want the last room in the entire gag temple to just be a real fucking thing, right? You aren't thinking, cool. Again, not sadistic enough. The payoff is one room. You gotta think the entire temple. The entire temple is one bit. Like, come on. Oh, that is a terrible angle for the camera. Hold on. There. That should be better. Grand Hall is just a spiral staircase with ornaments. With, just a spiral staircase with, pictures hanging on the wall. The staircase keeps, every time a party member attempts to climb staircase, the stairs flatten and they slide back down. And every time this happens, the eyes in the paintings all roll simultaneously. The temple is inside a bubble that makes it always dark. For some reason, it's always raining, so you can use fire. Can't use fire to illuminate the outside of the temple. What is it like? I feel like that's just a magic spell already. The entire temple is inside a bubble that always makes it dark. But you gotta remember, too many of these goddamn cowardly players are gonna just use dark vision and just claim, oh, I have dark vision, I'm able to see perfectly. You gotta go the opposite end. The entire temple is filled with a blinding light. Or like every time you step on a pressure plate in a certain room, a blinding light appears for like 3 seconds, just flashbanging the entire party. Oh, I do like the idea of a flashbang room. Oh, it still tells me that you were listening without audio, though I know for a fact you can hear me. That's cool, I guess. Weird. Grand Hall is just a room with 20 or so pressure plates, and every time you step on the wrong one opens the door. It's just illusion magic or something. There's like an illusionary barrier just sitting around this entire temple. Room with 20 or so pressure plates, and one opens the door. The rest violently flashbang the room with a blight with a bright, uh, with a blinding bright light. Use night vision on the outside. You'll see hundreds of skinwalkers slowly inching towards you, but they aren't even there. Ooh, I do kind of like the idea of there being, maybe like different kind of idea. Room that randomly fills with balls. Like, what are we thinking? Like stone balls or like bouncy balls? Like stereotypical rubber balls? Is that what we're thinking? Like just making it a ball pit? It's just annoying terrain. You know what? Actually, slight riff on that idea. A room that is just a 5 foot deep ball pit, but every step, ooh, titanium balls. Good to know. But think about this: a room that is just 5 feet ball depth, 5 foot deep ball pit, but every step, there is a different texture on the floor. I'm thinking like some are sticky. Sometimes it's sticky. Others are slippery. Oh, shit. Knocked my mic. I should really find a better place to put that. Yeah, it's fine, probably. Yeah. But every step is a different unsettling texture. Sometimes it's sticky, other times it's slippery. I'm thinking like uh sometimes you just feel a random fleshy texture that's slightly raised. But every time you look, it just isn't there. Like squishy, but if you look down and try and find it, it just isn't there anymore. Like we're making this temple the most annoying goddamn thing possible. You got to understand. Jeez. Okay. All right, I apologize, but I have a prior engagement that I need to fulfill before I go to work today, so I will be ending stream here. Oh, the top of the temple is filled with gold coins, but when you try and trade them in, it turns out the people who built the temple were too poor for the construction and just used cardboard and painted the coins gold. Great idea. I'm gonna write that in one more time. Fake gold coins at the end. Yeah. I try and stream like every day at around like it. I have work at probably 3 hours from now tomorrow, and I try and stream like mid afternoon morning time, at least my time during things. I'll set up a schedule, but I will be back sometime tomorrow, like probably around this time. I try and like stream every day just to like get this organization thing done. Granted, I got a lot less done than I was wanting to because somebody came in and gave me too many funny ideas, but here we are. So, yep, I'm gonna end stream now. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all later. I don't know why I saluted.